Today is a great day to be alive and a fine time to be a part of the one and only ABAC. Hello, everyone. I'm Mike Chason. I am the, acting vice president for communications and transition. I always wanted to be vice president. Here I am in the closing stages of my career. But today, our topic on this very special edition of a TV show we used to call ABAC Update. I interviewed this gentleman to my left here many times during the years of ABAC Update, and today he starts his 17th year as president of ABAC, but it's going to be the shortest year ever. He's retiring July 31. Of course, the man I'm referring to is Dr. David Bridges, the 10th president in the history of ABAC. Welcome to an antiquated version of ABAC Update.
There you go, Mike. Glad to be here.
Been around many years. Every year we get together about this time and talk about a little bit of what happened last year and what's going to happen this year. Now, you only have just a few more days left to be in the president's office at ABAC. How does that make you feel?
You know, you asked me the other day had it hit me. It hadn't hit me. So, you know, I've enjoyed my time here. It's been very pleasant. I don't know, maybe a few weeks after I'm out of the office, I'll go, I miss the office, but so far that hasn't hit me. So I'm looking forward to doing some other things.
Other things just ahead, the longest serving president in the history of ABAC, yeah, believe it, the longest serving president right now among the 26 presidents in the University System of Georgia, and the only president to have ever been an ABAC student. And we've talked about this before. When you were walking around the ABAC campus, class of 1978, did you ever think about being president?
No, of course not. I didn't think about it 20 years after the fact or whatever. No, it never really occurred to me at all.
So not like a lifetime dream?
No, absolutely not.
Just your career fell into place, and lo and behold, July 1st, 2006, you stepped into the president's position.
Yeah, I mean, a long time ago, somebody told me, said, you got a job, just do the job, do it well, and if there's another job down the road for you, it'll come to you. You don't have to go searching a job. Just do a good job where you are, and opportunities will come your way. And that's kind of the way I've looked at it. So I know I really didn't give any thought to it.
And here he is, done a tremendous job as the president of ABAC. Lots of accomplishments through the years. What stands out to you? In your opinion, what is your most significant accomplishment at ABAC?
Change from a 2-year college to a 4-year. I said it in my first speech to the faculty here in August of 2006. We just don't have a future as a 2-year college. It wasn't a particularly popular message with some people. I mean, we'd been a 2-year college at that point for 75 years or so, and so to say we're going to change directions was a little unnerving to some people. But my point is that we need to become a 4-year institution. We need to focus on excellence. We don't need to launch programs just for the sake of counting up programs. We need to launch the programs that we can excel at. And that's by far the most significant single accomplishment, I think.
ABAC started offering the 4-year degrees back in January of 2008, which happened to be ABAC's 100th birthday year. And that has to, as you look back at singular events, the 100th birthday was a great celebration. Sure. You got to be a part of it. You were up in the State House with the Honorable George T. Smith and others. There were some great days in the 100th birthday.
Absolutely. It's probably as important a day, single day, as we've had. Of course, George was living, and George had served as Speaker of the House and Lieutenant Governor before going on to be on the Georgia Supreme Court. And a really kind of beloved guy at the Capitol, an alumnus of ABAC, and we were able to orchestrate a 100th birthday celebration at the Capitol that involved George opening the House session, opening the Senate session, and introducing resolutions recognizing ABAC's 100th birthday. It was very special for George. It was special for the college because we were at that very moment trying to get the front of campus project kicked off to renovate the front of campus, and it made all the difference in the world. Leaders at the Capitol made commitments that day that they all lived up to. So yeah, that was probably at the Capitol one of the most important days we ever had.
Great segue into the historic front of campus renovation. $15 some odd million project, renovated Tiff, Lewis, and Herring Hall, the 3 original buildings at ABAC, changed the front of the campus landscape. Certainly a memorable experience for you. Of course, you went to the Golden Dome every year for about 5 or 6 years there.
Yeah, I recounted that story a few weeks ago with now Chancellor Perdue, who was governor at the time, and I invited him to campus shortly after I came here. And of course, Lewis and Herring Hall were boarded up.
They were.
Closed, had a fence around part of them. Tift Hall was still open, but probably shouldn't have been. As you know, part of the building collapsed shortly after I got here, and we wound up closing it. And then Governor Perdue came, stopped by at my request, and made a commitment to me on the front circle that he was going to help get the funds to restore the original campus here. And in fact, he did. Little did he know that, we would face probably some of the most difficult times in the budget during those years we've ever faced. So what started out to probably be a 2-year capital project wound up being a 4 or 5 year project. Wound up start to finish 5 years, but we had to go back to the General Assembly 4 times for money. But we got it done, and I reminded him of that when he was on campus here a few weeks ago. And so it was a very significant accomplishment, and I think without it, frankly, I think the college would have had a very difficult time, because nobody would want to drive up to the front door and see the condition it was in and send their kids here. So it was a necessity. It
was a necessity, and the result is breathtaking. The front of the campus is now absolutely beautiful, including the renovated Tift Hall. But so many governors called on you to do a lot of things. Another governor calls on you in 2010 to incorporate the Georgia Agorama.
Well, actually, it was the same governor.
Same governor, Governor Perdue. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I did this for you. Now you do this
Yeah.
for me.
Well, he called and said, "I'd like for you to do this," and I said, "Sure." I mean, what else do you say to the governor? And
said, yes, sir.
actually, my only request of him at that time was give me just a little bit of time to think about how we're going to do this. You've asked us to do it. We're going to do it, but let me think about how we transition, how we do that. He was generous. He gave me that opportunity to put a plan together, which we worked on with him and Office of Planning and Budget, the Chancellor Davis at the time. And frankly, it's been a win for the college. No doubt it was a win for the then Agorama, because the option then was either we took it and made it work, or they put a chain around the gate and locked it up. And so it's a huge asset, not only to the college, but to the community and to the state. It's worked out very well.
Georgia Museum of Agriculture hosts many, many school kids every year. I'm talking about thousands of school kids through our Destination Ag program, and I tell you, it's been fabulous for the college. We move a little later on in your tenure, and lo and behold, Bainbridge State College, during all the consolidation efforts, is going to be consolidated with ABAC. What was your first reaction to that?
I'd just as soon not do this, if you want to be honest. I knew it was going to be a challenge. Not that it was necessarily bad, but that it would be a multi-year distraction from us focusing on what we were doing. But once again, I mean, hey, when the bosses call and say this is what you're going to do,
sure,
that's what you're going to do. So yeah, we devoted about 2.5 years to the planning and getting through that, and we're now approaching starting of the 5th year since the start of that process, and it's, I'd say, 99% done. There's still a few hanging chads that we'll work on for probably years to come, but it's worked reasonably well so far.
Yes, it has. Bainbridge, of course, ABAC has a campus in Bainbridge now, as well as our main campus right here in Tifton, Georgia. Many, many other events. We could spend the next 10 hours talking about all those events. Is there anything that stands out that you said, now that was a special day for me as president of ABAC?
Well, there actually been several. The rededication of the front of campus, the 100th birthday, as you said. The opening of Freedom Gallery was very special. Something that we're really pleased to have been able to accomplish. You know, some programs we add are a challenge, and some are a virtual impossibility. The forestry program, the bachelor's degree in forestry and wildlife, was a huge lift.
Absolutely.
On and off the Board of Regents agenda multiple times. Many people said it would never get done. We finally got it done. Patience prevailed, and we got there. The Ag Ed program was another one that was a challenge, but was the right thing to do, and we got it done in the end. I would say those are, you know, the major events that mark time.
Of course, ABAC now, for the 4th year in a row, we lead the entire Southeast in the number of agricultural education graduates right here in Tifton, Georgia. And there's a lot of big dogs in that group right there, all the way from the Mississippi River all the way to the coast. And ABAC leads the way in the number of Ag Ed graduates, a feather in the cap of one David Bridges. Lots of other things have happened through the years, and you look back on them, but now it's a new day. It's a new day for this pride of Parrott, Georgia. As of August 1st, you will no longer be president of ABAC, but you got another situation that is really going to pay great dividends for the citizens of rural Georgia.
Yeah, well, when I left the University of Georgia in 2006, people asked me, why would you leave to go to ABAC? And I said, well, I really had two sort of bucket list career goals that I still wanted to accomplish. One was educational opportunity for kids, young people, particularly from rural parts of the state and the South. Far easier to achieve some change in that regard at an ABAC than at an R1 university, where it's, you know, one of 1,000 things on the agenda every day.
A lot of other things going on.
Yeah, it was a lot easier to get that done here. And then the second thing that was on my bucket list was rural economic development. I'm a product of rural Georgia. I'm a huge supporter of agriculture. And in many parts of our state, agriculture is about all that's left.
Right.
But frankly, rural communities are difficult to sustain on just agriculture. We need other things. And so the Center for Rural Prosperity and Innovation is a product of our work for the past 7 or 8 years. And we got it codified in state law in 2018. And I've been trying to do both jobs, president and direct the center, and it's probably been a shortcoming to both.
Quite a juggling act.
Yeah, kind of a juggling act. So now I'm going to get to devote my time to doing that.
All right, he'll be director of that center, and it's going to be good for all rural Georgia. And remember, rural Georgia is not just South Georgia. It's all the way up there to in the mountains. You got an office in the mountains.
Yeah, we got an office in LJ, a couple of people that work North Georgia, and one that works East Georgia, and myself, and a logistics operation here, and then we have a young lady that lives in the Albany area, and we're actually looking to hire some additional people. So yeah, we work projects all over the state of Georgia.
Dr. Tracy Brundage will become the 11th president in the history of ABAC on August 1st. Advice for Dr. Brundage?
Well, Dr. Brundage probably not watching this TV show. I have thought a great deal about what I might offer her that would be helpful, without appearing to be telling her what to do. Nobody told me what to do when I got here, and I don't want to appear to tell her what to do. I think there are a couple of things that I would offer anybody coming into this position. One is to never get distracted away from what the central mission of the college is. If you do that, if you stay focused on the central mission, which is not to enroll students, that it is not about enrollment. In fact, I've argued throughout my career, it's not even about graduation. It's not about a diploma. It's about educating and preparing young minds mostly. We have a few non-traditional students, but preparing people to have a better life.
Exactly.
To be a strong contributor to the community in which they choose to live and work. And that's our mission. And if we focus on that, it helps you get through a variety of challenges that you get faced on a recurring basis. Budget challenges. People, there are folks every day who come into the president's office and saw some new shiny ball that they want to go chase, and if you really stay focused on what our mission is, then you don't so easily get distracted by those shiny balls. And I said to a group recently, I mean, we are the state's agricultural state college.
Right.
That is our mission, whether you like it or not. That's who we are. Approaching 40% of our students are studying ag natural resources, and there's a reason for that. But on the other hand, we've been in the nursing business for going on 55 years.
Exactly.
And we produce a high quality, highly sought after nurse graduate. We need to keep doing that. We need those. In recent years, we started a biology program that has become a premier path to med school and vet school, pharmacy school, et cetera. I mean, the success of that program has been phenomenal, and that really contributes to rural community development because healthcare is a major issue. So, those are mission activities that we need to focus on.
And I'm sure that she's going to be focused on all of those and a whole lot more as she begins her tenure as the president of ABAC. Final words from the 10th president in the history of Abraham Baldwin Agricultural College.
Well, I prepared a farewell message. I'll send it out sometime in the next few days. It's very brief. In fact, you've heard part of it. But with my departure, I end what's been a 46-year relationship with the college. Although I don't think I end it. I'm a lifetime member of the Alumni Association. I will continue to advocate for the college, to speak for the college, and contribute to the college when I can. But it does mark the end of a 46-year relationship that I kind of described as the alpha and the omega for me personally. I came here as a student 46 years ago and
met your wife here.
Met my wife here.
English class.
Absolutely. And so for us, it's been sort of an adult lifespan of ABAC. Both of our kids attended ABAC, and so did the kids of many of our friends and what have you. So it's been a great ride, a great capstone to a career. But I'm not looking. Some people have said, surely you must be looking for another presidency. I said, you got to be kidding me. No, if I got the best presidency in the world, if I wanted to continue to be president, I'd just stay right here. But I'm looking forward to doing some other things and getting out and working in some of these rural communities that I hadn't had the chance to work in the last couple of years, Mike.
Dr. Bridges, it's been a pleasure.
It has indeed. Good being here again.
Thank you for being with us. That's going to wrap it up for us. The college lives on. Fall semester classes begin on August 15th. But for Dr. David Bridges, another pathway, another direction, another adventure for his life. I'm Mike Chason. Thanks for watching.